some of my maybe I should give you just a hair of my background. Then you kind of know where I'm coming from. I was real pleased to hear that we are actually in the front of the parade, passing out these flags. Because I started out many years ago as a band director. And the one thing that I learned real quickly as a band director is don't follow the horses. So when Gerald and them said that we are in the front of the parade, that was a real comforting thing to me. So I spent some years as band director. Then I went on to higher education administration and was with Kent State University in Ohio for 21 years. Decided to retire from there and went into Chamber of Commerce work for the next 17. And so my background is kind of varied, but always dealing with organizations and dealing with people and trying to see if we can't get the best out of them. And to hear the enthusiasm that's going on here tonight, it's just tremendous. And then to know that we have now 7, I believe, 8 people to induct is really tremendous. Usually what I'll say to the inductees, we will induct you, then we will instruct you, and then we will involve you. I think as of the last comment in this material, I will turn that around and say you are involved. We will instruct you, and then we will induct you tonight. So, but you know, that's what it's all about. As I do training for exchange with district presidents, sometimes VFRs, various groups, I will ask them to draw a picture of an exchange item. What does an exchange item look like? And as I always say, we do not have a lot of artists in exchange. The pictures vary greatly. But moreover, they'll end up being a stick figure. And someone will then have a smaller stick figure. And pretty soon, the arms reach out and they're connected. And you have this family across here. And then someone will take a look at it, and they will put a heart right here. And quite honestly, after 35 years in exchange, that's what it's all about, right here. I'll tell you a story that kind of got me heavily involved in exchange. The funeral director brought me into exchange, just like many of them. Hey, I'm having this meeting today, want to go to lunch? Why not? You know, so I went, and that was 35 years ago. But we had a program called Sunshine Special, very heavily involved years ago. And Sunshine Special was where we would take a special group of people, either senior citizens, MRDD, whatever the case might be, and we do something special with them. We have clubs that take them to ball games. We have clubs that do various things. We happen to work with the MRDD kids, and we would put on a carnival. At the end of the year, we would actually cook the hot dogs and have the meat and so forth, and put the lunch together, and then we'd have a carnival. And at this carnival, we had all kinds of games. The kids would participate in whatever ability they had, but they were always going to win something. You knew that. And we also had some smaller rides. Well, one of those rides was a Ferris wheel. And that Ferris wheel wasn't over 6 feet tall. It was sort of caged so that nobody would fall out. You've seen them for the little kids to get in and so forth. And this aide come rolling up this young boy who was on a backboard. And I said, he wants to ride on the Ferris wheel. Oh no, it won't make any difference to him. Well, another guy and I were standing there and thinking, you know, if we can get him on there, is it okay if we ride? Well, but it won't make any difference to him. So that became a challenge. And we went in and got a couple crescent wrenches out of the mechanics area, and we took the side off of that cage, Ferris wheel, and we put that youngster in there. We took our belts off and tied him in so that that board would not move around whatsoever. Put the gate back up there to the side, and around and around this young fellow went. In his way, he went around and around. And when he came off, he had a whole different look on his face. And that did it for me. That did it. I said, that's what this is all about. I'm sold. And you never know when that is going to hit you. You don't know. You keep giving and serving and working in the community, always helping. Heaven knows we have plenty of issues out there we can address today to take and get involved. And what is so encouraging as I look out, and I say this to you, and it can be backed up by Gerald and Mark and Susan and Brenda, but it's so great to see the younger faces out here. Because whether we want to admit it or not, I usually will say something about the gray hair, no hair syndrome coming in. We tend to get a little behind the times. I mean, I really think you have, the younger people in this room have solved part of the arthritis problem. I don't know whether you know that or not, but I see all of you doing this. And I got a feeling if I were doing that years ago, I wouldn't have the problems that I have